This project is called our hand Zentangle or Zendoodle. You have 20 spots to create different patterns. Remember, patterns are simply something being repeated over and over again. So in this one that I'm pointing to, it's just a hand repeated over and over and over again. That's one single thing. But a pattern can be multiple elements repeated over and over again. So in this one, it's lines. I also have circles, and I've got dots. So you can have multiple things for a more complex pattern or just something simple, a single thing repeated over and over again. You're going to, in the end, use at least 15 of your patterns in your final hand project. I need to fill up the last 5 here. If I'm looking for inspiration, I'm stuck, I'm looking around the room. This one I said, okay, my inspiration is going to be the bookshelf in my room. So I'm just drew in what is an abstract version of shelves, and now I'm making some book lines in it. And as long as I'm repeating over and over and over again, that can become a pattern. I need to still complete my last 4. So you should do that, complete your whole sheet before you move on. Okay, this is an example of how you could arrange your hands, and you are allowed to trace them on there. Make sure you're filling up the negative space. The positive space is the hands, and what is the negative space is the empty space around it. You need to make sure that you fill up that negative space. So I included my arms in mind. In this student example that I'm about to show you, she chose to do multiple hands instead to fill up the space. She didn't want to include her arms in it. Once you have got your hands arranged and traced or drawn, however you want, then you're going to start sectioning off your hands so that you have eventually 15 spots for your patterns. You don't have to stop at 15. You can keep going with different patterns. Some of you are going to get really into patterning. I like to section it off just a few at a time. You can do straight lines like I'm doing now, or I previously did some curved lines to section it off, but I don't recommend doing all of your sections all at once because you might change your mind about how you want things to look as you're working through your project. So don't section off all 15 right away. On my student's example, she did choose to section them off all right away, and she's doing a really great job. This is her pattern sheet. She's marking off the patterns that she's used so that she can easily look and see which ones she hasn't used yet. She doesn't have to stop at doing a pattern in one spot though. She could repeat, for instance, the stars I just pointed to in another section.